we are gonna make pecan bars. Alright, it's the first time I'm ever making these. I've made pecan pie before. I'm gonna do butter. Where's the butter? Butter. We need, I think you said 12 tablespoons. So that's 8 tablespoons. And a stick and a half of butter, huh? God, told Muzzy. Stick and a half of butter is a lot. So, what you're gonna do is we're making like a shortbread bottom, and then the pecan pie like on top of that, instead of making it in a pie. And then you cut it into little bars this way. You know, you don't have to like cut a pie, because you know what? I make a lot of pies and they are lovely. I love making pies, but the problem with pies is when you try to cut into them babies, you know, that first piece is always excruciating. With a bar, you just cut them into squares and you're done. I'm kind of liking that. I'm kind of liking that idea. Hence why I'm doing the bars. I want to see exactly how this is going to work. So, let's go to the melty. We're going to see. All right, so 2.5 cups of flour. 1. 2. 3. Although, buying it in bags is super annoying. They should just sell this stuff in like jugs like this would be. That would be better, I guess. So 2/3 of a cup of powdered sugar. In all honesty, I think it's got a little more now. Come on, man. They don't smell that good, but they do. All right. 1. 2. All right. Now, put this away. What do we got? How's the butter look? Oh, we need some mixing with that. Come on. You're gonna have to go back in. We have to put you back in. Okay, put you back in. A couple more seconds. Let's be nice. Take you out. Nice. Looks like that might be good. Turtle in there. They smell so good. We don't want to burn nuts. We don't want to burn your nuts. Alright, we got hot nuts. Hot nuts. Get your hot nuts. Alright, so I'm just going to whisk the flour and the powdered sugar together. And I'm going to put a little, just a little thing of salt in here because, you know, a little sprinkle of, it's kosher salt. So it just adds a little, hello, how you doing, you know? All right, and so this stuff, we want it to be like a crumble, you know? So unfortunately, I think my hands are gonna get dirty, but let's do this first. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna drip her in. I think a whisk was a good idea for this, to be honest with you. So we're gonna move to an alternate. I'm gonna move to a spatula. Let's use a spatula. So you basically want like clumpy. So you want it to be like, you want it to form. Because we basically have to make a crust, right? So you have to be, we're gonna pre-bake this too, by the way. We're gonna pre-bake it. You don't want to put too much butter in this too, because it's just gonna be greasy. But I think that's like, I think that's what we're supposed to have here. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is my first time. I think my sister and I made shortbread years ago because my mother used to make it all the time. And we stopped making it because we calculated that every little stick of shortbread was like a quarter a stick of butter. So we were like, that's crazy. You know, which it is technically. All right, so what I did was I'm gonna have a baking pan here. I got butter on the table here. I don't want to get the bottom of the pan dirty. Time out. So I cut a piece of parchment paper, right? And I'm just gonna put this inside this, right? And we're gonna pre-bake this so that then we can start with the filling. You want this to pre-bake. We get this on here nice and nice. Without spilling it. And you gotta tamp this down. Right? That's what they're telling me. You gotta tamp. Wow, that's a lot. I feel like this is way too much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having second thoughts. This does not look like the video. I believe this is like a espresso stopper, but it's great for stuff like this. It doesn't look too even. But we're gonna roll with it. Because what else are we gonna do at this point? In for a pound, in for a penny, right? Looks like killed. Alright. Kitchen timer. We're gonna set that for 10 minutes and take a look at it so we don't forget. Which I'm gonna use this dark corn syrup. Right. I was told you could use honey, or you could use maple syrup. So okay. That. I think that would just make 2 cups. I think that's what this is. Right? 1 pint, 16 ounces. All right, that is thick. She's thick. Whoa. That is something else. Hold on, we gotta get something to get that out. Because that's like good stuff. Okay, oven. I hear ya. A little busy right now. Give me a second, will ya? Stop pressuring me, bruh. The maple syrup stuff just to get the maple flavor. Is that a cup? I can't see. Where's the lines? They got you. Okay. Maple syrup. This is, tell you one thing, this is a sticky, definitely sticky. we're gonna beat this with a whisk. We're not going to. 4 eggies? Room temperature eggs, they said, not cold eggs. I don't know what kind of difference that's gonna make, but I do what they tell me. I don't want to be bad boy. I do what they tell me to do. Room temperature eggs for all. Okay. 4 eggs are in. Get yourself a good vanilla too, because sometimes that store-bought stuff, like when you buy in ShopRite and stuff, it's just kind of wonky. And they charge so much for that little container, so you could like buy a big 1/3 of a cup. What's 1/2? You are 1/3. So 2/3 is 2 of these puppies of the brown sugar. We're gonna put a little salt in here too, just a taste of some salt. Don't laugh at my marshmallows. Don't laugh at my marshmallows. One. 2. Of salt, not iodized salt, regular salt, just a pinch, and we mix. So this should be like a really wonky consistency. Let me get this out of the oven. Not yet. It's still not even brown. Okay. That is an interesting consistency, I tell you. That's crazy looking, huh? Look at that stuff. That's a nice, like, not exactly the easiest thing to do. Alright, let's get this out of the oven. You don't want to burn our shortbread. You really don't want to go home with nubs. You always do that hand on top too. So you don't want like minced pieces. You don't want like nothing, but you don't want whole pieces either. So we're gonna do these in small batches so that I don't make a mess. I know you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, why are you putting them in there? And then they won't be on top, right? No, they actually like float back up to the top when you cook it. Supposedly, allegedly. We're gonna find out. The pecans, when you do pecan pie, it does that. But you could also like lace them and make them look funky. You know, some people like spirals, some people like, you know, all sorts of different things. They like to plate. All right, so we're gonna put that in there. You want it dusty? I don't want it dusty. Hey, Squirrel, you want some toasted pecans? I don't think you ever had those. I don't think you ever had toasted pecans there, Mr. Squirrel. Unless you have like a little fire in your treehouse, which I highly doubt. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this dust. I feel like the dust is no good. So, just because. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I got rid of the dust. I feel like this is way too many pecans too, so I think I'm just gonna do this and give the rest of the squirrels. Should I move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing? That's a lot. That's a lot of, I feel like that's a lot of nuts. You know what? I like nuts. You like nuts. Who doesn't like nuts? This is starting to get crazy with the nuts. All right, let's put the rest of these in. There's really not much left. I don't feel like it's going to hurt nobody. I don't feel like it's going to hurt anyone. So let's put them in. That's just, well, why not? It's not gonna hurt. Who's, unless you have a nut allergy. Now this is the first time we're doing this, all right? So, you know, don't have these unrealistic expectations because it's not going to be perfect. You know, it takes time. You got to do things a couple times, 3 or 4 times, and get it under your belt. You know, like practice. I made banana bread for years before it actually tastes good. All right, that looks like a lot of nuts. The nuts are nice. Throw a cup of flour in the mix, so that it'll thicken it up. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a third cup of flour. I just don't want to put my sugar lined cup in there, so let's just clean it off. I think this actually lightens up the color as well. I feel like that's a lot of flour. It is getting lighter and lighter. It definitely seems to be getting thicker. Again, we don't want to overmix this because it'll activate the gluten. Look at that, huh? Doesn't that look snazzy? That looks, I don't want to spill it, but that looks really nice. Got some nuts in there. Come on, nuts in there. All right, let's put this. So now we're going to take this bowl, hot, and put it into the shortbread pan. See, shortbread. All right. I mean, that is a pretty sight. I am not gonna lie. That looks delicioso. La la. All right, and there she is. Push it to the side. Push, 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 push. And then we put it in the oven, boys and girls. All right. I mean, I think this goes in the oven for like 25 minutes, but we're gonna test it out. They say you want it to slightly jiggle, which, nothing wrong with that, right? All right, she's going in. She's going in. Man, we got a productive morning today. kitchen timer it for 25 minutes. Enter, and I gotta clean up. All right, we will see you guys later when this is done, and I'll send you a picture. All right.